Okay, this is my last attempt before I give up for good. I did have a good run last time, but it turned out that I didn't even hit play. So, as a disclaimer, I'm very bad at making videos. I get a little bit weirded out staring at my face for 5 minutes. So I kind of get a little jumbled up sometimes. So if that happens, I'm sorry, but this is my last attempt to do this first video. Otherwise, I'm never going to get it done. So anyway, my name is Jay. You probably know me online or you know me in real life, and you're watching this video because I invited you to see something or see videos kind of pertaining to a personal journey that I'm going on. I am transgender, which means that I plan on transitioning from female to male. And the hope is that this Wednesday when I go see my doctor, I can start hormones. Um, so without further ado, I will explain a little bit more about what that means. To be transgender means that you are not comfortable with the body that you were born into. So in my case, I was born female, and I plan to transition to male. That's called FTM, female to male. You can also say trans guy, trans boy, trans man. In the alternative sense, for a trans woman, that would be MTF, um, doing it the other way, obviously. There are some trans people who just transition socially, and they do not transition medically. But in my case, I plan to, and that starts with hormones. But before you can get to that point, usually, you would need to see a doctor or a psychiatrist, psychologist, someone that can vouch and say that you do have gender dysphoria or gender identity disorder, um, which is basically diagnosing that you would like to, or you do not feel comfortable in the gender that you were assigned. And then from that point, you can start taking hormones. And in a trans guy's case, you would need to take testosterone. When you take testosterone, you get the typical changes of a guy in puberty. And just for reference, if I say this, a cis person is someone that was born female and is fine being female, basically. Um, so when a cis guy goes through puberty, he gets a deeper voice, more body hair, skin texture changes. These changes do happen to trans guys. So I can expect to get facial hair, possibly acne. Um, what else? Um, some other stuff like under the clothes that changes, more muscular, more hungry, more sexually aroused. These are all typical changes when you go on testosterone. Oh yeah, and then the one that I anticipate the most, getting a deeper voice. And another reason why I'm making these videos is kind of to see and hear the progress I make, because right now this is me not on testosterone, or T, as they say. When you start T, you're starting testosterone. And then after you're on testosterone for a certain amount of time, you can get surgery, which is usually covered by insurance for trans guys. For trans women, it's not really, because it's considered more of a cosmetic surgery, which is really messed up. But for trans guys, getting top surgery, which is getting your chest removed, is usually the first step, and then some opt to do bottom surgery, which is reconstructing the genital area, and then um, after about 5 years of being on testosterone, they recommend, if you don't do it sooner, getting a hysterectomy, because your risk of ovarian cancer, it goes way up because of the testosterone for some reason. So, for me personally, I do hope to get top surgery within the next year or so. And then bottom surgery, I'm not too sure, because that surgery is not perfected. And from what I've seen, there's a lot of complications. So in that case, a lot of trans guys will use what's called an STP device. That's called a stand to pee device. It's basically like a catheter or a urethra like lengthener thing. And it just enables you to put it through a packer, which is, it's kind of like a dildo, but you use it to pack in your pants, so it appears to have a bulge, but you can actually slit something through it to be able to stand to pee, and it tends to look realistic. So some trans guys do that, some opt not to. In my case, I do plan on getting a packer. Some people just pack with socks because some packers are very expensive. Um, and then also trans guys that do not have top surgery tend to wear binders. I'm wearing one right now. It's just basically tight material that flattens your chest. I've been wearing one for about 8 years every day. They recommend 8 hours, but who is home, not home for just 8 hours? Sometimes I'm not home for 14 hours. After a while, it does get very tiring. It's nice to take it off at the end of the day, just like a bra. But yeah, so my only issue right now is that my current psychiatrist didn't diagnose me with gender dysphoria. He's a little bit old-fashioned. It sounds like he's trying to stop me from starting hormones. So we're hoping that between my therapist and my doctor, who can vouch for me, maybe we can get started or see a different psychiatrist for a second opinion. But that in itself, having doctors kind of not on your side and putting their own personal agenda into your struggle and what you're going through, that is a subject of a different video entirely. I think I covered about the basics, but one other thing, I guess what I could say, sorry, I'm looking at a little notepad. Right now, I am waiting to start hormones. Those changes do not happen overnight. So I'm trying to decide if I do start when I should come out to my family. I did come out to my mom by herself when I came out to her as gay in 2012. Um, and she knows that I'm gender, like, as I said, I was gender confused. That's how I played it out, so it kind of, I guess, lessened the blow. I think that she still is aware that that's what's happening, but I don't think she knows how to talk about it. Everyone else in my family is pretty much in the dark. My sister knows, but she forgets too. My dad and my brother, and then everyone else kind of don't know. Sorry, my dog just shared the pillow with me. So coming out to them is something that I'm not very happy about, not looking forward to, but it's going to have to happen. And honestly, might not be a bad thing to just get it out there. So then I come out soon. I'm going back to school. I have all of my documents saying J. My name is not legally changed in Nevada, but for school records and everything, my preferred name is J. They call me that when I go in for all my stuff, which is pretty cool. And yeah, and then I might be starting a new job soon, and I went into the job as J too, so, or into the interview, I should say. So if all this happens, this is all a new start, because I went through school last time with my given name. And yeah, I guess that's all. If there's anything else that you can think of that I could talk about, sorry, my dog is poking around. Hey, stop it. If there's anything else that you can think of or questions that you'd like to know, I'm really okay talking about any of it. I'm not shy about anything that has to do with it. I understand that people are just curious, and it's not like a fetishizing thing. It's wanting to genuinely understand and wanting to be there, and I have a lot of great support, and thank you very much for all that. And I am so glad to have people that are interested in what I'm going through and not in a really weird way or anything, so thank you. But I guess I'll leave it at that, and I will make a video probably in a couple of days after my appointment, and we can see where I'm at. So thank you for watching.